Hello all, welcome you back to Drill Down on Hierarchy. That's what we're going to look in this session. In the previous session itself, I mentioned like when I spoke about hierarchy, this drill down is going to be a continuation for hierarchy. So most of the things that we do with hierarchy, that's the same concept in fact, but I have to show it with multiple examples for you to understand the drill down completely. All right. So now let's get inside and look into what is the meaning of drill down. First of all, why drilling up and drilling down in a hierarchy is essential. Okay. So let's try to understand that with a use case. Simple use case. Suppose if you have you are a product owner and your product was going it was making a very good profit for the previous year, and suddenly you notice that there is a sudden diminishment of your sales. So you just wanted to identify like sales is down. Why? There's a lot of question which is arising in your mind, and you wanted to find out an answer for that. What exactly will you try to do? So the first thing as a owner, what I will try to do is that maybe I'll call my store manager, and then I will try to get enough information about why my sales is going down. So in order to find out like why my sales is going down, maybe I will ask my manager to get in some data. What kind of data I might be asking to my manager is that I want to see the day wise sale or a month wise sale for our store. Maybe I will say that, or I would be asking a question to my manager like which year or month had the highest sale. This kind of questions I might be asking to my manager. So just because if the owner is not irated, and if he wants to analyze the things properly and then try to get an answer in a week's time, or he's giving you 15 days of time to find out like how the sales is happening, if that is the case, what happens is that you do not have any problem, because you're going to get enough time for you to come out with the answer to the questions which he has asked. But in case if he needs the answers immediately, what happens? So you will go back, the manager as a person will go back, and then he will try to find out with what is happening with the data. So he may be getting an assistance from any kind of business intelligence tool, maybe a Tableau itself. He could have taken it and then he could have tried to find out the answer for this thing. Maybe he wanted to find out which year or month has the highest sales. He just wanted to analyze that. So in this process of analyzing it, what happens is that he first of all he had to find out which year or month has the highest sale, which means he need to have the sum of the sales data, and also he needs to have a yearly data, and he also needs to have a monthly data, and also he needs to have the day wise data. So what happens here is he end up dealing with multiple fields in my column or a row shelf, and it'll obviously end up with a lot of confusions just because we are dealing with a lot of fields. Okay, so that's the reason why in fact we created a hierarchy, right? So now we know what is hierarchy, and hierarchy is created like you have only one thing as maybe I will say that it is an order date is there, and inside my order date I have yearly data, I have monthly data, I have my everyday data, everything is there. Okay, just that I just click on it, and then it is going to expand continuously for me. So this expanding of the hierarchy is what you call it as drilling down. And once you go back from the expansion, that's what you call it as a drill up of the hierarchy. Okay, so everything I spoke about can make sense only if we will see the examples, basically. Okay, so let's get inside our Tableau environment to get an understanding of what I was talking about, basically. All right, so now what I have is that, suppose for example I just wanted to find out the sales done by each category. If this is my requirement, I will obviously put my sum of the sales in my column, and the rows definitely I need to put my category, right? So where is my category? Yes, category is there. I have put and I have got my information. Now I'm asking you another question like, can you show me the sum of the sales subcategory wise? I have to drag in the subcategory again, just put here. Okay, which is going to give me this option. But I do not want to do this. I just wanted to avoid this multiple fields occupying my row shelf. Okay, so what will I do? I will just go ahead and create something called as a hierarchy, right? So I just create a hierarchy named as a test, and I have created my hierarchy here, inside which subcategory is there. I'll just pull down my category also inside my subcategory. Yeah, so inside my test I just pull down my category also. Let me just pull this down. Yeah, okay. So I have my test hierarchy inside which I have my um, category and subcategory. So I'm just removing these fields and then I'm going to drop in my test hierarchy. I've created a hierarchy. So now I can see that as soon as I put this test hierarchy, what I'm seeing is category, and then here I have a plus mark. Okay, so this plus mark denotes that it is a hierarchy and I can expand this. So if I'm clicking and expanding this is what I call it as a drilling down. Okay, so now I clicked on it. So subcategory wise sales, I can see it immediately here. Okay, so no problem. So this is what I call it as a drilling down. Now let's get back to the same scenario where I was talking about, the manager needs to show the sales for, I mean, day wise sale or month wise sale. He wanted to see it. Now here I need to mention specifically about one field. Okay, see, if you see here, there is order date. Okay, see this order date, if I will drag and put it in my columns, because that is what is essential for me. If I put it in my column, I can see that there is a plus over here. Okay, which denotes that this is a hierarchy. Okay, but however, if you see here, it is not showing you the symbol for hierarchy. It is showing a date kind of thing, it is showing. Okay, so these categories are basically auto defined. Okay, so now we will try to do a sales which is based on date. Okay, so now as soon as I have put my sales based on date, it is showing me a yearly date. Now I try to expand this. I'm going to get the quarter wise sales which is happening for every year. Okay, in 2011, 12, 13 and 14 it is showing me the quarter wise sales. Now I still, if I expand this, it is going to show me a monthly wise. So for quarter one, it is January, February, and March. And in 2011, this is how the sales has happened. And in April, May, June, quarter two is April, May, June, and this is the way my sales has happened. I still more want to, explore it. I just explore it. What I'm getting here is a day-wise details. So with this, what I can do is I just can find out which day is having the highest sales. So it is uh, March month, which is in the quarter one, and in the year 2011, I have got the maximum sales. So if you have this kind of drilling down option, it is really helping us to get the analysis result in a faster manner. Okay, so that's the reason, that's the whole purpose of having a hierarchy. Okay, now one more thing that I wanted to show you is that I'm just drilling up now. So I just click on each one of this thing and it is going back, right? So this is what you call it as a drilling back, drilling up. Okay, so now what we have is that, see, suppose if I click on this, you have year, quarter, month, day, and more. This is also it. I mean, there is one option available here. Similarly, I have another option here also. So everything here is called as a discrete one, and this one is a continuous one. Okay, so instead of this year, if I wanted this year, if I click on this, what happens, you see? Okay, if I click on this, what happened is that the color of that blue is being changed to green color. Okay, and you can see how it is. Now if I try to expand this, what happens is that you do not find the expanded panes here. You don't have the different, like, how you saw it for the previous one, for the blue color one. When I expanded this, it showed me something over here. It was just getting expanded. But just because this is, a discrete kind of thing that we are trying to, continuous kind of thing that we are trying to do it, this color denotes the same thing. And also it will not create a different pane. That's what you need to understand. Now again I click on this. What happens is that monthly wise I get the data. Again I'll click on this, weekly wise I'm getting the data. So this will become more easy for me to identify, because that was a very long one. So now this is how it is ending. Now I can actually really find out, like, where I have got the highest sales. Okay, now if I click on still more day wise details, I'm going to get it. See here, there is a high spike here, which is on September 8 to 2011. If you remember, for the previous example also we identified this, and here also there is a highest spike. Okay, so this is, in both the ways you can actually make use of the hierarchies drilling up and drilling down options, either in the form of discrete form or in the form of continuous form. You can make use of the drilling up and the drilling down. Okay, so this really helped us to get the answer for our analysis in a faster manner. So this is the advantage, that when you have your better organized data, you can do your work very, very easily. So that's the idea of having a better organization, and Tableau is trying its best to provide all of the features to make our organization in a better manner. And definitely drilling up and drilling down is one option which helped us to organize the better, more efficiently. So that's all I have for this session. In the next session we will discuss about how we can view your data using Tableau. Thank you.